Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review. Sorry we're a bit late. We got chatting and didn't realise the time. But as you do, we're like three old women once we get nattering. We forget the time. But welcome, everybody, to the Transfer Show stroke latest news. Thank you for joining us. My name is Paul, and I'm welcomed again by Alex and Billy for the show. Sam is away. Enjoying herself in Snowdonia this week, so hope she has a fab time. As usual, if you do enjoy tonight's show, hit that thumbs up button, and if you're new to the channel and like what you see, please do subscribe. Free to do so. Hit that notification bell though, so you never miss an upload or a scheduled live show. You can become a member of the Toon Review by hitting that join button underneath the three of us, and of course you can super chat the show by hitting the $sign at the bottom of the live comments, which will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show. Good evening, chaps.
Good evening, and good evening to everyone out there.
Now, as usual, we will be discussing sort of newsy kind of things on the show. We will be taking a more in-depth look at Lloyd Kelly, of course, because it now looks like that is going to happen, although Newcastle United have not announced that yet, so we're not doing an official signing yet, but we'll take a look more in depth. Of course, Martin Dubravka, it has been ramped up now that he will be leaving the club in the summer. Of course, as me and Billy did on the show this morning, it looks like his destination may well be Celtic, so we'll get Stato's views on that as well. I've got a couple of super chats, etc., to go through just before we get going. Gallagher Brown, who's been a member for nearly 2 years now, thank you very much. So who do you reckon takes Dummett's number 3 shirt next season? Kelly, Hall, or Byrne? The Geordies have signed up as new members. Welcome to the channel and thank you for your support. Geordie Rick's been a member for 18 months. He says 18 months has passed so fast. Greatest show on earth. You all helped me. You all help so many people get through stuff. Hope you know how appreciated you are. How are the lads? Thank you, Rick. Much appreciated, although your name isn't actually Rick. Peter Bjordford has been a member for 14 months. Thank you, Peter. Good evening, everyone. Liking the new signing. Well, he hasn't signed yet. It's almost done. Gone Fishing has been a member for 10 months. So looking forward to a full season with a fully fit squad and some quality new signings. How are the lads? Rocking the new shirts. Very nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, actually, I think this may well be the first time that the three of us have all donned the same shirt for the same show.
ITKs, not ITKs, I think.
Not ITKs, yes. Rachel, of course, our esteemed mod, who's been a member for nearly 2 years now, but she's been a massive part of the channel for a long time. Looking good in your new shirts, lads. And Chris Miller has also signed up to the members club. Thank you so much for that, Chris. Much appreciated. Right. Now, Lloyd Kelly looks as if it's almost done, Alex. Not quite done, but this is a player who we were talking about this morning, and, you know, it's been met with a little bit of, I don't know, some fans aren't really happy because it's not the big name signing that they were expecting, but this is the first of probably a few to come in the door. And the major factor is he's free.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll put your minds at ease, guys, for anybody a bit concerned about this. David Ornstein in The Athletic today stating Newcastle have agreed a 5-year contract with Bournemouth defender Lloyd Kelly. Yep. Kelly is expected to undergo a medical and sign the deal, which includes an option to extend by 12 months this week. So that's by David Ornstein. Romano has tweeted similar things in his interesting way that he tweets things. So it isn't 100%, but it's as close as it can be. It's 98, 99%. It's almost like a loading bar waiting to hit 100% at this point. Unless something catastrophic happens, should be okay, all things considered. What was the other part, Paul? Because I just wanted to make people calm them a little bit with the transfer.
Well, Keith's just sent in a super chat as well. Thank you, Keith. Much appreciated. Evening, guys. Just ordered my new Pro shirt. Can't wait to get it. Fingers crossed the sizes are good. They're brilliant, mate. To be honest, the sizes are superb. There is so much room. There's no tightness on the chest. The arms are baggy. I could have even gone down to a 3XL, and I ain't been a 3XL since I was about 6-year-old, guys. So, you know, that's how good the fitting is. Jens, thank you very much for your super chat. Would you be happy with Kelly, Alex Murphy as backup? Yes. But I was just saying, Alex, about the price. You know, we're not paying a penny for him, so there's not that much of a big risk with it.
No, I mean, when you think about it, realistically, I do massively appreciate and agree with the people that are stating we need to improve the first team in areas. Absolutely agree. However, we've had Paul Dummett and Matt Ritchie on the bench for much of this season who didn't really play at all. So we need to try and replace those two with players that are going to be good enough to play some minutes for our squad and be useful and can maybe get even better. So Lloyd Kelly is the direct replacement in the squad as a whole for Paul Dummett for free as a 25-year-old with good experience who's worked under the manager before. He's versatile in that he can play centre half and left back. And if it doesn't work, it's a very low risk transfer. So it's very smart business and it allows us to put more funds into other areas. So I think it's a fantastic signing.
Billy, how do you feel on it? Because, we spoke about it earlier this morning, and obviously a lot of people were trying to get across, or we were trying to get across to everyone that about the fact that it's a free transfer. We're not spending, millions of pounds. Had we spent 20, 25 million on him, I might have been a little bit concerned because of his injury record, but I don't think there's any risk here.
No, and the potential is for him actually to go in as Botman's understudy, and Dan Burn becomes the Paul Dummett in the side. He's a very, very good player. If we can keep him fit, he's an excellent player. And it's, as I said earlier, it could be a horses for courses situation. We play somebody that's got nippy strikers with pace. Lloyd Kelly be an ideal person to mark him rather than Dan Burn with his height, who likes a bit of rough and tumble about it. So we've got room to manoeuvre with whoever we're playing now, and we can play each side as and when it comes.
Davey T, being a member for 17 months. Thank you, Davey. Kelly is one of us now, hopefully. If he buys into the Toon, then we have a great signing. Jans, welcome to Members Club. I'm not sure whether that's a renewal or you've just signed up again. So thank you very much, Jans. And we have a super chat from Kieran. Thank you very much, Kieran. If Lloyd Kelly has a season that Anthony Gordon has had, I'll be happy with that. Well, he certainly gives us more options. Niall says, I don't mind him. He is replacing Dummett. Just hope his injury situation improves, that he is available more than he has been before. Free transfer that frees up money for other positions. It's a win-win, says Chris. And of course, Chris Mitchener there said about the Bournemouth fan channel. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. I can't remember the name of the channel, but it's
I have tried to get in contact with them, but they're
a
bit busy. Yeah, back of the net. So I have been in touch with them. I'm just hoping for a reply.
They've done a very, very good video on Lloyd Kelly and how Bournemouth are going to miss him and how Newcastle are getting a very, very good player. Bilbo says, do you think Man City has opened a can of worms with the Premier League? Because now Aston Villa is seeking legal advice regarding anti-competitive rules and PSR. I read about that today. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting case, to be honest. And I the way I'm standing or sitting at the minute, I truly believe that this is going to be a turning point. I've seen various media reports as well saying that this could open a huge door for Newcastle United, to spend some more money. But we'll see what happens. It changes that much from a daily basis. You never know what's going to happen. Chippers has been a member for 29 months, guys. Would you believe that? Paul Gallant reckons Lloyd Kelly sang I Believe I Can Fly also has Stato got a bank holiday in at work for Fraser leaving us.
Well, no, because I had to have one for Maxi leaving us, so I can't have two.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Matty says the Bournemouth fans YouTube channel done a video, what Newcastle are getting, and they have actually changed my thinking, and now I'm excited to have them in the squad.
Can I just make an addition to that? Obviously, a lot of people seem to have seen it. I think we all have on screen. I would recommend watching it after the show, but not yet. Watch it later.
Yes, watch it later, guys.
they did actually reference a few times. They think that if he kicks on under Eddie Howe again, they think he's going to get an England call-up, or he's capable of getting an England call-up. Or not even that, to be fair. I don't even think he said capable. I think he said he thinks he will get an England call-up. So some of the Bournemouth fans, and these are some of the more, I've got to be careful how I phrase this. People that watch a lot of football and tend to be a little bit more clued up with the game. A lot of their opinions are super high of Lloyd Kelly, which is really nice. It's very positive.
Joe says there was whisperings, Billy, that he was linked with Milan and Roma as well, and a couple of English teams as well. So we have. I mean, look, we chased him from the off, didn't we? When we knew his contract was run out, it seems that Newcastle United have been the strongest link to him. But obviously, we've hopefully got the deal done.
Absolutely, and the thing about him also is he's versatile. He's equally adept at playing at left back because he has pace. He's good in the air. You know, and versatility is a massive thing in this day and age, and that's why I think people are talking about England. Well, Bournemouth fans are talking about England squad for him because he can do both as well as each other. To be honest, you know, I mean, this is what I was kind of saying. He probably would come ahead of Dan Burn with a bit of, you know, in 3 or 4 months' time when he's set up in the squad and things. You know, he may even be starting ahead of Dan Burn.
Well, I mean, look at the England squad now, by the way,
exactly.
with so Joe Gomez and Konsa, the 2 roles that they're filling for England.
Yeah.
If Lloyd Kelly takes another step up, is he capable of being better than those 2 right now? I absolutely think so. He does need to take another step, but it's definitely reachable.
Yeah. Back of the net were also gave us the #1 away day as well. They do speak highly of Newcastle, to be fair. Wacky says Kelly coming in frees up the way for Target to get sold. 100k off the wage bill to what could you get for Target? Well, we discussed that this morning, Billy, but I don't think we discussed any sort of transfer fee because the problem with Matt Target is wages. And Alex, that is going to be extremely difficult to get a player off the books who was on 100k a week, or supposedly on 100k a week.
Well, there are rumours that that's wrong. There are rumours that it's 70 or 80. Capology states that it's 100. So believe whichever source you want. Normally, Capology's pretty spot on. Maybe it's wrong in this case. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be similar to what we've experienced in the past, where we have to give up on X amount of transfer fee to offset the fact that the wages are too high, or the purchasing team are not willing to take the exponential wages. They're going to have a cut. So it's why we've, Darlow went on such low money, and a lot of people tend to go on for nothing really. I think Fernandez went on basically nothing because we just couldn't shift his wages. Dwight Gale as well. There was a lot of issues trying to shift people. We're probably going to have to do the same with Isaac Hayden. It looks like there's been talk of QPR, and it's just one of those things. Matt Target's going to be even harder to shift because I think he's on at least double what the rest are. All of those players that I've just listed off were on somewhere between 35 and 45,000 a week. Now, if reports are true, Matt Target's on at least double that. So it makes it even trickier. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do about Matt Target. I think he's probably just going to have to stay and be a squad player and try and get some fitness because I'm not sure we can get rid of him. So
unless we loan him out. Unless we loan him out, of course.
Yeah, but then there's no benefit to that unless the loaning team pays some of the wages
or something. Yeah,
of course. So I think those are maybe the only 2 options really that are viable for us.
Kush de la Kush says Back of the Net is the best fan channel on YouTube apart from this one. They are very complimentary on Newcastle, especially their away visits here. They're a class set of lads. We'll try and get them on actually because it'd be interesting to see what they say. Julie says Kelly should have been in Gareth's thoughts this time around. Well, I think maybe the fact that he didn't play a lot towards the end of the season might have counted against him because obviously once he announced that he was leaving the club, then the manager didn't play him, of course. Alessandro says, what does the TTR crew think of Mats Hummels coming in on a free transfer? I've never heard any links to Mats Hummels at all.
There's an interesting kind of thing going on at Dortmund, though, isn't there? Where he said he'll stay if the manager leaves. If the manager doesn't leave, he's off.
I'd like us to do that. I think we've played with this as an idea in previous transfer shows in the last couple of years about bringing in like an aging superstar for like a year or maybe 2, just in like a Trippier sense, but maybe a little bit more over the hill, just for I don't know, morale, experience, dressing room, learning. That winning mentality. It might not be super useful, but it could be interesting.
Right, guys, just can you remember the other night when we got a little bit a message through from Jamie telling me to ask his girls to go to bed, and it backfired on him badly because obviously I didn't. I said we only had 10 minutes of the show left. What I'm going to do is I'll see if we can get this on here because I want to show you. Has that come up on the screen?
Yeah, something's coming. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Listen to this, guys, because this is a clip from his living room when we actually played it.
But obviously the rumours and the links seemingly so like we're going in that type of direction.
Yeah. Jamie Max says, I'm trying to get my kids to bed. Would you guys say good night and tell them to go to bed? Names are Daisy and Grace. Daisy and Grace, we've got around about 10 minutes left on the show. So tell your dad to shut up and you can watch it till the end. And then go to bed and be good kids and go straight to sleep. Sorry, that wasn't what you wanted to hear, Jamie.
So what are you going to say then?
Oh, that's fantastic.
So there you go. I think that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And thank you, Jamie, for sending that in, because it was brilliant. I really did laugh when I saw it. And hello to the girls again, and hope you're watching again. We've got another new member, James Purvis. James, welcome to Members Club. We do actually have some prizes tonight to give away. We are giving them away most of this week. Thanks to Spike again for his generosity in sending a lot of these in to give away. There is some superb prizes. So we will start that very shortly. Why not do one now, before we look at the stats to Lloyd Kelly? I'm just going to just see what I've got in my little envelopes here. Which is the first one? Right. We have this.
Wow, that's nice.
Which is Bruno and Joe Linton, signed photo from the two of them. It is just in a plastic sleeve, so you can obviously get a obviously a frame for it if you like, to put it up on the wall. Now, if you bear with me, because I need to get the StreamYard giveaway tool up, and then we can just get going with it. Where is it? There it is. Right. Okay. So, guys, what should the hashtag be for this one? And remember, this is members only, guys. Members only. If you try and put the hashtag word in and you're not a member, the mods will just remove you. So it's pointless. You have to be a member. What is the hashtag for this one, guys?
I think hashtag Samba Boys.
Well, maybe it's not Samba. How about just hashtag Samba?
Samba, yeah. Okay.
Right. Hashtag Samba, SAMBA. You just put that in the chat. Hashtag Samba. And we'll revisit that in around 10 minutes or so. Hashtag Samba if you're a member, but you have to be a member. Don't cheat, because you'll get found out anyway. But it's members only for this one. Members only. Right. Let's have a look down in the chat. Transfer market valuations of players are always low. Hall at 15 million when you paid 28 and is banging form. I mean, I think it's just a roundabout figure, isn't it, Alex? It's not actually what he's worth.
Well, yeah, it's difficult to come up with a model based on, all of the biases that exist in football. It'll be a general market value of possibly European football and values in English football. But then you've got the fact, how do they work out potential and skill ceiling, and how highly rated was the academy? How highly is he spoken about by others? How versatile is he? How much is he played so far, and at what level? There's so many different things that can go into evaluation, and I think a lot of that was potentially the skill ceiling for him, because you can see how technically gifted he is. There's quite a high skill ceiling there. It looks like if he reaches what we think is his potential, he's a nailed on England left back starter. Doesn't mean he'll get there, but it looks like he's definitely got the ability to do that. So difficult to nail down prices for things like that, really.
Yeah. Predator, thank you for gifting the Toon Review membership. That is really kind. And I've just gifted 5 as well. So there you go. So that's another 6 new members to the Toon Review. So if you are one of them, you now can go in for the hashtag Samba to win the photograph. So there you go.
If you're on Apple, by the way, just copy and paste someone else's comment. It'll work. Because some people can't find the hashtag on an Apple keyboard. It happens.
Oh, okay. Well, just press the... Really? Guys, it is members only, remember. There is a few trying to cheat. However, the mods are on it like a car bonnet. So you're not going to have a chance of winning anyway. So because we always have to put in the chat, the winner has to put that they're here, and we'll see that you're not a member. So you can't win anyway. It's pointless. Right. Also, Alex, I want to get your opinion before we take a deep dive into Lloyd Kelly. Of course, Dubravka your favourite goalkeeper, has been linked with a move away. There's been a report come out in a few different media sections today that Newcastle United will not stand in his way, and are probably looking to ease him out the door. Chris Bailey, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much for signing up. So they're looking to get him out the door. And Celtic are the team that seem to be his destination right now.
Well, they like purchasing goalkeepers from us or from the league with, quiffy hair and stuff like that. They've got a reputation for it with Forster and Joe Hart. So yeah, why not? I mean, I wouldn't stand in his way. I wouldn't stand anywhere near his way. I mean, change the pin access code to get back in the training ground. As far as I'm concerned, he's not good enough to be a backup anymore. Therefore, he needs to either not play or go. Because he's certainly not one of the cheerleaders. At least we're led to believe behind the scenes Gillespie does something. Dubravka went on loan because he wasn't happy. So, yeah, it's time. It's time. He was fantastic for us in his first few years. He was really, really good. But now it's done. So let's let that. He needs to go before it gets toxic.
Yeah.
Because it's going to end in tears otherwise.
Of course, as Billy mentioned this morning, Joe Hart's now retired, so there is a spot there. And I think if Dubes was to go there, then it's probably going to be as number one. Toon Dave, thank you for your super chat. He says, evening all, keep up the good work, chaps, and roll on the 14th, and we can get our signing started. Kelly is a good signing for me, once confirmed. It's the once confirmed, isn't it? Right, let's do the draw for this prize, shall we? Jock Bar's just gifted a Toon Review membership as well, and that has gone to Pete WW. So, Pete, you can now enter quickly before we do the draw if you want to do that. However, let's see. Right, we've got to share the screen again and giveaway tool. Okay, can we all see that?
Yes.
So, Calvin has just signed up to Toon Review membership as well. Thank you, Calvin. You can quickly type in. I'll give you a chance to quickly type in, as Pete's just done as well. So, Michael Wayne, stop cheating. You're not a member. Dear me, honestly. Right, here we go. This is only we're giving away another prize tonight. Don't worry. But the winner of this one is Paul Sprague. Paul Sprague, you have won the photograph. Now the thing is, are you in the chat? We need to know that you've seen that you've won, Paul. So can you just put in the chat saying yes, I'm here, and then we know you've won it, or we will redraw it. You've got 30 seconds, guys. Should we give them 30 seconds? I think is a good time.
Yeah, give them a bit.
So come on, Mr. Sprague, where are you?
We need to play the countdown music, don't we? Oh no, we get copyrighted. We need a Geordie version of the countdown music.
Way I. That's too hard. I can't.
I'll have two from the top and one from the bottom.
I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for him to type in the chat, I was in the gym yesterday with a friend who doesn't like football, and I was in the new shirt, and a Geordie guy just came over to me that I've never seen before and just started chatting to me about the football. Was like, am I from the area? Obviously, I had to embarrassingly say, no, not with this accent. But we had a nice little chat.
Paul Sprague's membership has run out, so we have to redraw. Paul, that's shocking. Right, here we go. We will draw again. Wow, excitement on a Tuesday night on the Toon Review. The winner, Gone Fishing. And I know Gone Fishing are in there because they put a comment in earlier. So, Gone Fishing, where art thou? Put in the chat that you've won. And with you there, you know you've won. Keith Truscott, thank you for another super chat. Can't believe that Minty is a possible sell. If we sell him, I will be seriously pissed. He needs to wear the black and white before that happens. A serious talent we cannot lose. Gone Fishing is here. There you go. We have a winner. Send me an email, please, Gone Fishing. Subject, Bruno and Joe Linton, photo, and obviously the main crux of the email, your address, please. The Toon Review address is down in the description, about halfway down. Send me an email and we'll get that sent off to you straight away. Well done. We do have more prizes coming up. Right. Actually, we'll do the prize now, and then Alex can bring up Lloyd Kelly's stuff. And then while they're all hashtagging, we can talk about Lloyd Kelly. So this is a fantastic one, actually. This is basically that one. So it's how are the lads.
A lot of signatures on it.
Yeah, it's signed by the whole squad with a few photos either side of St. James's Park, of course. That will look brilliant in a frame. Again, this is members only. So, Alex, do you want to pick what the hashtag is this time?
Oh, we're going to do hashtag Tonali because he's back soon.
Right, okay, hang on a second because this is just broken down on me.
Capital T, Levin.
Is it case sensitive? I don't know.
No, all lowercase. All lowercase. Hashtag Tonali. Tonali. And that is underway. So get voting, guys. Members only, remember. If you're not a member, it'll just get deleted. So it's pointless even trying. So we'll leave that on. And Alex is going to give us the lowdown now on Lloyd Kelly.
I'm indeed. Well, I'm just going to finish my story real quick as well. Anyway, Geordie came up to me in the gym when I was with a friend who doesn't like football. And then when the guy walked away, my friend was very confused. He's like, "Do you know him? Like, what was that all about?" I was like, "No, this is just Northeast hospitality." Well, not hospitality, wrong word. Just politeness, just customs. They're quite happy to, if they see, I was going to say one of their own. I guess I'm not from the Northeast, but I've still supported the club my entire life. But they're quite happy to go and have a chat and talk about it and smile. And it's not something that you really experience in other parts of the countries very often. You don't see two Manchester United fans sort of who don't know each other having a chat, and it just doesn't happen. So it was just a nice experience. Geordies are always
Billy, get off positive.
It! Oh, you cancelled it, did you?
I'm trying to amend it, man.
Why?
I'll show you in a minute.
Oh, members only.
Yes.
Anyway, Lloyd Kelly, guys. Lloyd Kelly. So we're going to check out Sanjay's thread on Twitter. So we may have to take a couple of breaks in this because it's a little bit long and I know we've got prize draws to do.
I'm just welcoming some new members. Alex Cush Kush, Black and White, and Julie Dorset Bell. Welcome to Members Club. Thank you for signing up. Go on, Alex.
So yeah, Sanjay mentioned today he was dropping a new thread. So I have asked him to use this. He's fine with it. So before we look into it, if you haven't followed Sanjay on Twitter, I would recommend doing so because he does fantastic threads. I'm pretty sure he's from Australia, but he follows the club and does amazing content all the time. And he's very, very good to watch, like read all of his threads. Yeah. So it starts off with obviously talking about Eddie Howe's potentially about signing for the second time. What are those reasons? So he came through at Bristol City. So if Annie's around in the chat, he'll already know that. So came through for them at age 19. And that was enough to convince Eddie Howe and Bournemouth scouting team to bring him to the Premier League for £13 million. So that was what he cost Bournemouth originally. And then we've got a nice quote from Eddie Howe and Lloyd Kelly in 2020. So what I'm saying is what I believe. But with Lloyd, I truly believe he's got everything he needs to be a top player. His career is out in front of him. If he can stay free from injury, then he can achieve so many great things. And we've got a very young photo of Eddie Howe there. It doesn't even look like him, does it? And if we scroll down, so we've already had quite a few conversations about this in the chat tonight. So hopefully this will clear it up for a few people.
Yeah.
What position does he actually play? So a large part of Kelly's value is derived from his positional flexibility. He's had experience as a left back, a centre back in a back four, and the left of a back three. For a player to be equally comfortable in both roles is valuable to any squad. Completely agree. And then Sanjay has very kindly put together a little graphic of games played at left back and centre half across all the seasons for Bournemouth and Bristol City. So he's very, very versatile. His season in the Championship, which he was given the captain's armband, bearing in mind, he played 41 games as a centre half, but then in every other season, he has chipped in at left back considerably. More so in the most recent season, and obviously when he was at Bristol City, maybe even pacier. So he has got the pace to do that, and he is nice and flexible. We do have some little videos as well. It is only a 5-second clip, but again, we don't want to get copyrighted. So versatility is underpinned by Kelly's pure defensive fundamentals and quality. He's a fairly balanced defender. He's comfortable at stepping up high, being physical in duels, but he looks equally comfortable in stepping off and covering space. So this is something that Dan Burn struggles with a little bit. He has to be overly careful with the covering of space and position because he hasn't necessarily got the acceleration and pace to get him out of trouble. Lloyd Kelly has really good defensive awareness and positioning, and he's rapid. He's I would say comfortably our fastest centre half on the books if we sign him. So he can use that to his advantage. And it would definitely, if you think about some of the goals we conceded last season, somebody like Kelly in the squad would definitely help mitigate certain situations like that, for sure. We've got more clips. So this is basically, he's got a few clips of quite a lot of tackles that are very similar to Botman style tackles. He's very good at that. He's very good at sort of wrapping the foot around a nice little slides, good timing in the challenge. He is a lot more defensive than he is offensive, which is fine. We scored 85 goals this year. We don't need a goal scoring centre half massively. It's not something we're crying out for. We just need somebody who's really solid, and that is this guy. So this is another bit outlining his pace. So Lloyd Kelly reads the game pretty well, but predominantly relies on his acceleration and speed to cover the space. He's excellent at defending wide channels and is a good 1v1 defender, which allows him to hold his own when isolated out wide. So again, this kind of builds on the point I just said. This is describing the situations which Dan Burn got burned in last year. Excuse the pun. But he really struggled in exactly that description. Lloyd Kelly is much better at dealing with that. Well, it's the pace. It's purely down to the pace that helps him. So his body position and ability to adjust over short distances allows him to track opponents well in 1v1 scenarios. His height and long legs allow him to intervene effectively, both with standing and sliding tackles. That's what I was referencing. He's got very good. He does that last ditch wrap around tackle. He's really good at nicking the ball off your last minute. You don't think the tackle's coming in, and boom, he's got there. I don't know if you guys have seen that video floating around of him against Anthony from Manchester United on the right wing. Anthony is actually trying really hard to get round him, and Lloyd Kelly follows him all the way, and Anthony actually gives him a little round of applause, which is quite rare from that kind of guy. So you've also got an interesting point about his physicality in reference to his aerial duel success rate. So Kelly's physicality also extends to his power and dominance in duels. He uses his upper body well, and standing at 6'3", he's solid aerially. So this is why you can't always trust FBref. FBref has him at 5'11.5". SofaScore has him at 191 centimeters, and Sanjay's got him at 6'3". I would say this is probably closer to the truth. I think he's definitely well over 6 foot. I'm not sure exactly how high, 6'2", 6'3", something along those lines. So he's more than adequate. And we've also got here the aerial duel percentage, so the win rate of our defenders in our squad. So it is decent. And Trippier, by the way, fantastic considering how tall he is at winning balls in the air. He is very good. His timing is really, really impressive.
Yeah, his timing's what gets him the aerial challenges that he wins. I think his timing's impeccable. Sorry,
Paul, go on.
No, go on.
Well, I just wanted to point out the fact that it's so much higher than Fabian Schär's, which is useful. This is what we've all been talking about with Fabian Schär. If we can get somebody like Fabian Schär who wins more in the air and is a bit more athletic, well, then again, that's a world-class centre-half, because combining that with Fabian Schär is just unfair. So this is a couple of maybe the things he could improve on, which is I completely agree with from Sanjay here. So Kelly is solid but unspectacular with the ball at his feet. His technical fundamentals are sound, but lacks top-level incision with his passing and carrying. His ball manipulation could improve too, as well as his general technical consistency. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. You know, he's not got. Don't expect him to do the kind of things that Lewis Hall's doing. Lewis Hall keeps the ball close to his feet. He can drag it away from a player and quickly drive into midfield. He's got the quick shift and the technical ability to do that. Lloyd Kelly's not quite got that, so I wouldn't expect that from him. But again, he is more than capable of beating his man and driving it a bit into midfield. And he's very brave at driving the ball forward, but maybe could just improve with sort of the ball retention. But I think this is definitely an area we could improve at Newcastle for sure, 100%.
Yep.
So his main quality with the ball is his big switch. So this is something that I've seen much of, and he's fantastic at it. So this is a really useful way for NUFC, for the way NUFC play. He's also adept at driving out of defence with the ball, but also tends to be fairly risk averse with these actions. Yeah, I think the big switch is the big one for me here, especially if we get a top right winger this window, because he's going to be switching it out to that right-hand side. Isak tends to drift a little bit more left. So this is probably either going to go out to a fullback, whether this is Livramento or Trippier, or it's going to go out to whoever the right wing is going to be, whether it's Murphy, Miggy, or a new one, or Minter. pick any of the above. So the big switches could be really, really handy for us as well. So the 25-year-old's other common action in possession is a clipped ball into the left channel. Guess who it pops up there quite often? So often looking for the run in behind of his striker, which is the sort of run in the sort of area where Alexander Isak tends to operate. Exactly. Those little chip balls, because Isak tries the run quite a lot and we don't often play it, especially when we had a struggling midfield sort of midway through the season. If we can have a centre half drive into midfield and play a little chip, if Isak makes a run, he's off. So this is a fantastic quality to have. Botman doesn't tend to do this. I've never really seen Botman do much of a chip ball. He does a lot of flat straight balls to try and break the lines. So a chip ball over for Isak, I think, could be an interesting new weapon in our arsenal. The other really important quality of Kelly is his leadership. So Lloyd Kelly captained Bournemouth to promotion age 23. He did. As some of our current leaders start to age, having a younger player who can become a part of our leadership group is genuinely really valuable. Yeah, I would agree with that as well. He did obviously lose the captain's armband. So for any of you who watched that, what was it? The YouTube video that we were on about earlier from Back of the Net, the Bournemouth channel, they did state that it was Gary O'Neill that took the captaincy off him to try and, well, I don't know exactly why it was, but it allowed him to concentrate on his game a little bit more, and his performances did pick up. You know, a young man in the Premier League. We've seen something similar with Jamal Lascelles. It can be a heavy burden for sure.
That's not. It's not a negative though, that is it? I mean, you know, if it improves his game, you know, it doesn't have to be looked at as a negative. And obviously, he didn't sulk about it. He's gone on to, you know, really good things.
No, completely agree. Also, by all accounts from his coaches at Bristol City and Bournemouth, Kelly's work ethic, attitude and commitment is of a top standard. And these are qualities which fans don't see on the pitch, but it makes all the difference behind the scenes. Yet, this is something that Eddie Howe seems to value extremely high as well. Keeping, you know, Matt Ritchie and Gillespie around. He likes people who train well, who are a positive influence on the group, who are inspirational, a cracking work ethic, and are going to help drive the club forward. Everything I've read about Lloyd Kelly so far suggests that he ticks all of those boxes. Absolutely. Now we get on to the injury record.
Dun, dun, dun. Before we do, Martin Wilson, thank you for your super chat. Nearly 1,000 watching this informant. It's shown only 75 likes. Smash that button. I think it's a bit higher than 75. So some people's YouTubes don't update straight away. But please do hit the like button. It's very important for the channel. Just take time out now just to go down there and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel, guys. Thank you. Sorry, Alex.
So, Sanjay's put, one of the big concerns with Lloyd Kelly, however, is his injury record. We've all talked about this. Lloyd Kelly has missed 85 games through injury in his career and has missed at least 10 games in 4 of his 5 seasons at Bournemouth. So we've got quite a comprehensive list there. In the last season, so there's 3 injuries there, 23 days out with a calf, 38 with a undisclosed muscle injury, and 30 days with a hip injury. The season before, there was a lot. There was 102 days out with an ankle injury, and what I would assume is a reoccurrence of that. Again, I could be wrong. Could be the other side.
Well, it makes sense to think like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then nothing too bad, and we've got to go all the way back to 1920 before there was a big injury prior to that. So it was generally not too bad. So yeah, but again, somebody who's likely to come in as a squad player, not a first choice. You know, he's definitely got a lot of competition in our squad for left-sided defenders, especially with the return of Sven Botman. So with Botman, Byrne, Target, Lewis, potentially, obviously, Livramento can play on that side as well, even though we're not ideal. You've got a lot of people that can play on that side. So maybe he would get the rotation to maybe not be injured as much. We could manage his minutes a lot better. So the fact that they're mostly muscle injuries is a concern too, and it's the one main drawback to this deal. However, the fact that Kelly will be a squad player at NUFC and less relied upon, I mean, that's basically what I just said. Thank you, Sanjay. So from a squad planning perspective, it makes so much sense. In the short term, he becomes an alternative to Sven Botman while he's still recovering from his ACL injury. And as mentioned before, he has the right profile to play there and to complement Cher. Exactly this. It gives us an option to rotate him and Byrne. And at worst case scenario, we've got a lot of wide cover out at the left back area if it's not going to be Hall or Target playing there. So it gives us way more versatility. And then he just references this too. Of course, Dan Burn can do this too with Lewis Hall at left back, but in games where we need a more physical left back who can add more dominance aerially, or perhaps games where we're more keen on the asymmetrical back four, then we have the ability to play both Burn and Kelly. Yeah, it gives us an option to line up slightly differently, and it's a great pickup there. Talking about the aerial dominance, it can be a really useful trait, especially if we're going to drop into that back three. Lewis Hall's not going to be able to do that as well as we've operated that kind of previously.
Lee Anderson, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much for signing up, my friend. The thing that gets me is, and Billy, I'll ask you this. Kelly himself, it'll be very interesting at the start of the season, or whether we get a judgment in pre-season, whether he starts with Burn or he starts with Kelly. Because I think that's going to be very interesting for me to see which one he goes with Botman being out.
I honestly believe it depends on who we're playing and the type of striker that's opposing us. For instance, against someone like a Solanke or someone like that, he'd probably go with a Burn. But someone that's quick, let's say, I don't know, name a quick striker, any quick striker you like.
Semenyo when he did it against.
Yeah,
well, I guess it's the same team, but still.
But a quick striker, I can't think of one. Nunes, say Nunes, for instance, probably go with a Kelly. I think it's ideal for horses for courses type managing. It really is.
Yeah. Okay, Alex.
And then I think, to be fair, a lot of this is just rounding it up.
Yeah.
So let's go down to here. So as for Lloyd Kelly, it's a very solid signing. He's not a game changer by any means, but he's a known quantity on a free transfer and is a player who helps to solve multiple issues in the squad. It's a steady start to an important summer. And just so you can see there is the David Ornstein article from today stating he thinks it's over the line. So it does look like it's a pretty sure thing. And I do just want to state again, as we're at the end of that thread, for any new people joining, that was from Sanjay from Twitter. That was not my work. I've been at work all day. Sanjay's put the hard graft in to get that prepped for his Twitter. So he's kindly allowed me to kind of read through this today on the show. So make sure you go and
Sanjay does a brilliant job, especially with new signings and stuff. He puts some brilliant stuff together. So thank you to Sanjay for letting us use that information. You know what it is, though? I'm the more I read about him, I'm not so much worried about the injuries. I think, yes, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, he's had a few problems. But look, he's not going to play every single game. And I think that's what we as fans have to realise as well, that these signings, that they're coming into a squad where Eddie will have the option now to rotate. I think it's very, very slim that we have an injury crisis like we did last season. I think that is just once in a blue moon that happens. I'll be staggered if that happens again next season. So he will have the option to rotate and rotate with quality players as well. So we're not just throwing in the old guard again and things like that. We are actually being able to rotate with quality, and we haven't been able to do that for some time.
Age profile as well is a really handy thing because he's only 25, so that's important.
I'll tell you what as well. I mean, I noticed him, certainly not the season just gone on before, that it looked like he was brought back from injuries too soon, and he's done the same injury again. He had two muscle injuries, then followed by two ankle injuries, straight after each other. So it sounded like he was brought back a bit too soon.
Yeah, and
there is resale as well.
Well, there is. I mean, his 5-year contract, that'll seem to, 30, 31? So
there's rumours of 4 with an option, but 5-ish. But what I mean is, if it doesn't work out, if in the next 2 years or 3 years it's not working, he'll be how old? 27 or 28?
28, yeah.
Premier League proven. We could probably get something for him as long as we don't stick him on super high wages. He might be on quite high wages, by the way, because he was free. So it could be prohibitive, but
he could, or he could have got a big signing on fee in a load.
He wasn't on a lot of Bournemouth, was he? He wasn't on an awful lot.
I assume he's got a pay rise, though. I mean, he will have.
Capology says he's on 30,000 a week at Bournemouth.
So even if it's 70 grand a week or 80 grand a week, still well affordable, isn't it?
Yeah. But maybe he's took a huge signing on fee. We can do that and offer low wages as well, can't we? Sure. Martin Brophy's been a member for 8 months and says, with Kelly playing, would you say 1 centre-back, 1 right wing and a striker and we're done? It depends.
Goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, yeah. And of course, Trafford is, we don't know where we stand on James Trafford. It's an interesting one at the moment. Right, let's do the draw for the second photograph, shall we? Where are we at here? Share screen. Giveaway tool. There we go. So it was hashtag Tonali. And let's do the draw and see who wins this one. And it is Martin Watson. Martin Watson, you have won. Can you just let me know in the chat that you know you've won? I do beg your pardon. Thank you. Wagner, thank you for your super chat, guys. Just letting you know, here in Brazil, Newcastle are being linked with Bento Crespi or Krepski. Mildly reliable source.
The goalkeeper, isn't it?
Not sure, Billy. Not sure. Yes, Martin's there. Well done, Martin. If you can drop me an email, please, with just put Toon photo so I know that which one you've got. Toon photo in the subject, and then your address, please. And we will get that off to you very quickly. Now, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give one away to everybody. So we've got another Bruno and Joe photo. So just so you know, this is what it looks like. This is open to everybody watching tonight. Bruno and Joe Linton signed photograph by them both, and this is for all our viewers. So we'll sneak in everyone in there. Let me just go back to the giveaway tool. Right, what are we doing for this one, guys? What hashtag?
Brazil.
Take us to the end of the show. Brazil. Okay. Brazil. Brazil. Hashtag Brazil. And away you go. That is for all our viewers tonight to take part in. Hashtag Brazil. And we'll announce the winner just before the end of the show. So that is everybody, not just members. That is everybody watching tonight. You have a chance of winning that prize. So hashtag Brazil. Now, it has come to light that the Newcastle have announced they are going to be announcing their membership scheme on Friday. So it looks very, very different to what it has been. Because what they're doing is they obviously have the Junior Mags membership. What the hell is that? Somebody's got a big exhaust.
It's a motorbike going past.
Absolutely. There's two different tiers of membership by the looks of things. Obviously, there's the Junior Mags membership. But then what they're doing is it's called the Mags official membership and the Mags Plus official membership. So more details apparently are going to be announced on Friday as to what that membership scheme entails. For me, Billy, they've got to change it because it just didn't work last year. You know, there was, the way they had to go in for tickets into a ballot, and some people were getting tickets nigh on every week. Some people never got one at all throughout the season. There's no price on them yet. I presume that'll be what is announced on Friday when they go through it. But it's interesting that there's two tiers for the adults.
It's got to be a fair system. Like you just mentioned there, that there were people that were getting tickets virtually every week, and then there was some that didn't get any whole season. Yeah. So there's got to be some kind of system where if you win a ticket for one game, then you go to the back of the queue for the next one. For people who's kind of wanting to apply for tickets, it has to be fair, because otherwise you're paying 30 odd quid or 40 odd quid, whatever it may be, for nothing. So it had to be updated. They've learned by the mistakes, and I think that's fantastic. The fact they have learned by it.
With the membership plus, though, Alex, that would say to me that if you're in a membership plus, would that not give you more chance of getting a ticket, do you think? Because obviously you're obviously going to pay a little bit more for the membership, but obviously we know nothing. We're just speculating here because that's what the announcement was today, and they said they're going to release more information on Friday.
I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it? It could be choice of seats, choice of stands, a rough saying where, or additional options, or it may just be a better chance of getting a ticket. Or it may be if you don't get it, you roll on to the next one and you're more likely to get it. Again, it could be a number of things. I'm sure they've sat down and they've tried to work out a slightly fairer option. Yeah. Who knows? It's just speculation at this point, but I'm sure it's going to be. It can't be any worse than it was last year because it was a little bit more of a lottery, and I do feel sorry for some people. So hopefully it's a bit fairer.
Well, I think what the good Liam Sykes, welcome to Members Club as well. Thank you very much for signing up, Liam, and thank you for supporting us. What I would say is, they have listened. And I think that's a really good thing. They have listened to the fans. They've listened to various aspects of supporters groups and things like that, because the website we knew was terrible, right? It was awful. The new website is fantastic. It's easy. It's very, very easy to go through it. It's easy to go and buy things from the shop on. It just the all round thing is brilliant. Actually, Terry H makes a good point there that the Members Plus may include NUFC TV and certain benefits like that as well.
Yeah, good shout. Very good shout.
That is a good shout, actually. That could be very interesting. So they have listened to the fans, Billy, and I think that's an important factor, that we knew they were going to do this when they came into the club. And I think, as with signing players and being sort of rushing things through, we as fans don't realise that it takes a lot of time to sort of change all this around.
Yeah, you got to remember that they had a real low base to start with what the previous owner left.
Yeah.
So anything they were going to start was going to be from scratch, basically. It didn't quite work. And so they've listened to the fans and they've altered it. And hopefully this one does work. And it's the same with the website. It's a brand new website now. They've wiped away all the previous vestiges of Mike Ashley. The website's fantastic now. It's so user-friendly. Everything's great. So, yeah, they're listening to the fans and they're doing things properly, which is something we haven't said about Newcastle United a lot in the past, but these new owners, things seem to be done properly all of the time. It's great.
Yeah, can I just add something on their website, by the way?
Yeah.
Shirt ordering. I don't know how anybody else found it. I'm sure there's always exceptions where somebody's had a struggle, but I logged on at 8 o'clock in the morning ready, and I'd already purchased my shirt and got my confirmation email by 8:02. Took me 2 minutes, really easy to do. And the shirt arrived yesterday really quickly, no problems. Additionally, the game that we was it the Australia game? It was the game we played against Australia where we had to pay to view it, that it wasn't working correctly. They've also refunded my money for that. And I actually haven't gotten around to sending my payment confirmation. They asked me to send that and I was going to send it. I hadn't got around to doing it yet. And they've actually refunded me anyway. So that's fantastic from the club. So I don't know anybody else's experience of it, but in the recent few weeks, they've been immense with it. So much, much better.
And I think the good thing is this was obviously, they saw what happened last season. They saw the rigmarole with Castor. This was obviously discussed as well with Adidas before they announced, before the shirts came out. I haven't seen anything to do with people, running out of stock or anything like that. I know a lot of people
restocked the pros the next day, didn't they, when they ran out?
Yeah, they did. But I am hearing from fans down south that they've gone into JD Sports down south and they haven't got any Newcastle shirts. It's like, Arsenal and things like that in London. And that is understandable because JD Sports, it will be based in the Northeast. The shops in the Northeast, it will cater for Newcastle, and they will have deals with other football clubs, obviously, for wherever you sort of live. So it's complicated, but listen, get it online. I mean, go to JD Sports online or go to the web Newcastle United shop online. That's what I did. That's what Alex and Billy did, and we've got them within a couple of days. I ordered Phoebe's later on in the day, so that was one day behind. She's got hers today. So it's much easier. It really is much easier, and it's so nice to see that Newcastle United are making a huge effort to make things a lot easier for the fans, and let's hope that continues. And just to bring you up to date, guys, I have heard back from Newcastle United today regarding the incident against Everton that I had when I went into the ground. I've had a full apology from the football club, and it has been dealt with in-house. That is all I needed from the club. So thank you to Newcastle United for getting back to me. Obviously, they did apologise for the time it took, but they did a full investigation as well. So I understand that. Keith Truscott says, thank you for another super chat. Ordered my shirt online. Literally took 5 minutes with confirmation email. I mean, I was staggered when I got the email to say, it's all been ordered. And then I think it was an hour later, I got another email saying it was dispatched. Incredible.
I had the same.
Incredible.
Sent it off. Yeah.
So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and hopefully now moving forward, the club are really opening up, aren't they, with talking to fans and making things better. You can see that there is progress now.
It's win-win though, isn't it? It's win-win.
Yeah.
It's more money for the club. It's happier fans. It's better service. It's better PR. There's no losers in this.
Yeah. By the way, what I wanted to ask the viewers is, does anybody know how old your carer has to be to go into the ground? Because obviously I know the carers get a ticket to go with you. I'm sure it's 16, but if somebody does actually
16.
know, right,
16.
okay, right, that's fine. And also, if there's anybody graphically minded out there, if you saw the intro, and you saw the end of the intro there, because I want to go back to this intro because it's the Toon Review theme tune. Everybody, knows and loves that theme tune. It took a lot of time to put that original one together. Does anybody out there know how we can change that Newcastle United shirt at the end with the old number 4 on it to the new one? I have to do this every season when the strips change, but if we can get somebody who knows what they're doing with that, if you can drop me an email, I can send you the video file over and hopefully get that changed to the new shirt. So if somebody knows what they're doing out there, please get in touch via email and I'll reply back and hopefully we can get something going with that. So thank you in advance for that, guys. Really do appreciate your help with that. Right, let's do the draw, shall we? Because I think there's a lot of entrants for this one, because this, of course, was for everybody. Let's have a look. It was hashtag Brazil, of course. So here we go. Can we all see that now?
Yep.
Okay, we've got nearly 300 entrants into this, so here we go. And it is flying through. Who is going to win this one? Which viewer will come out with a prize? It's Dawn. It's not really Dawn, but it's the name Dawn. Thank you very much. Actually, we could be doing a few shows at Dawn when they're in Japan, to be honest, but we'll wait and see on that. Dawn, can you put in the chat that you've won, please? You can stop your hashtag Brazils now. It's drawn. Thank you very much to everybody for entering. We'll just wait for Dawn to confirm that she knows she's a winner. We really do need some countdown music here, don't we? I mean, I'll get some. So we can play some little. I don't want to really get some music that sounds like a 70s porn film or something. I want to get something that is like a thrilling countdown bit of music.
Well, sometimes you get that. Sometimes you get them 70s porn films.
I wouldn't know, Billy. I wouldn't know.
So I've been told, anyway.
Well, I might have known you would know, but Wow.
Do you see that?
Well, that's Dawn S.
Well, that's a different Dawn, yeah.
It's not the same Dawn because it would come up Dawn S if you were a winner, Dawn. So it's not you. It's another Dawn.
Controversy.
It is. Dawn S is in the chat, but that's not you, Dawn, because it's come up Dawn and not Dawn S. It would be Dawn S. Trust me, that's not the Dawn that's won. I don't think that Dawn is around. I've just put that up.
Oh, she changed the profile, she says.
I changed my profile. Oh. Now then.
Bit sus.
Now then, what do we do here? I'm in a dilemma. Do we believe Dawn S or do we draw it again?
I mean, do a poll.
Oh, good God's sake. I'm not doing a poll with 1 minute left in the show. Because if that's the real Dawn who entered, I'll feel pretty bad if we do a redraw. But if it's not Dawn, I'll feel pretty crap for the rest of the viewers who've... Oh, you see.
Have you got any one prize? Have you got any one prize? I've got something else.
I don't know.
I'm sure we can sort something out.
Yes, I've got another one of these, guys. So we'll do another draw, right? So I've got another one of these. So we'll draw again. Dawn S, I'll take your word for it because I'm a nice man. So send us an email with a Brazil photo and I'll know which one to send you. And then, of course, in the main email, put your address. The address for the Toon Review is down in the description, halfway down or so. Right. So she's won that one. So we'll give away another one of these How Are the Lads ones. So we'll go back in and draw again. Here we go. So there'll be 4 winners tonight. Why is it always so bloody complicated on this show, giving prizes away? Stephen Adams. Stephen Adams, you are the winner. Please let me know in the chat that you are still here. Dave Bullman, you did not change your profile. You were never Dawn. You've been here a long time. Nice try.
Come on, Stephen, you can do it.
Yeah, we're waiting for Stephen Adams. Tom Lynch says there's 2 different Dawns. Well, look, the other Dawn didn't come in and claim it, so I presume that Dawn is being honest.
Yeah, Stephen's here.
Where? Oh, yes, he is. There he is. Stephen, send me an email, please, with Toon Army photo and your address in the main part of the email, and we will get that sent out to you. But don't worry, guys. We have a stack of stuff to give away, thanks to Spike. So there will be a lot more prizes given away during the course of the week. So thank you very much to everybody who has entered the competitions tonight. That is it for the show. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We will be back, me and Billy, at 11:30 in the morning, of course, for the Newcastle United live show, which we do now every morning at 11:30. So we can have a lot of chat about the latest and breaking news. So thank you very, very much to everybody, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who's sent in memberships, who's gifted memberships, super chats, etc. You are fantastic mods for the job you've done tonight, especially when we give competition prizes away, because you have to root out the cheats because there's always some kicking around somewhere. But thank you very much. Thank you to Alex and Billy. And, of course, thank you to everybody out there. Well over 1,200 watching tonight. Thank you so much again for your support. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. In the meantime, good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check out and breathe.